Hi, I'm Angie.
Hi, I'm Sydney, also known as B.
And this is Mom and B's Buds.
Okay.
Sorry for the delay.
When we got back from Florida, my car that I had was kind of taking a poop on me. So I was trying to figure out a new car and trying to get that car fixed so I could get a new car. So I've been dealing with that, and I recently just got a new job, so I've been dealing with orientation and paperwork and having to do all these tests and everything. So we've been kind of busy. So.
And I've had to be patient. So it's Mom and B's Buds, and I was like, well, I could just do Mom's Buds, but then it's not Mom and B's Buds, so I had to wait for her to get her stuff taken care of so we could get back to business.
Yeah. Which, me and her talked about it, which sometimes we probably will have to have where she is just in a video and sets the camera up while she does like repotting and stuff, because since I just got a job, I won't be able to be here for every video, but we said that I can still put it together and like still be in the intro and the outro. It'll just be her doing the video. So.
And if you've watched our other videos, obviously the room that we're in is where the majority of our houseplants are. So, and it's my home. So I'm here all the time. I'm constantly repotting things, and I'm always telling her I should have recorded this and I should have recorded that. But I always feel like, well, I'm by myself. B's not with me. So I'll probably start doing some more videos of like things like that, where I'm repotting plants or showing you guys how to cut back something and start new plants, or up potting, fertilizing, all these different things that I do when B's doing her work and all the things that she takes care of. So look forward to that. Okay.
So again, sorry about the delay.
But we had a good time in Florida.
We did. It was a blast. I really miss it.
Besides coming back to the mess of not having a reliable vehicle for Sydney. We had a complete blast in Florida. We got some new plants. And we were very concerned about how the plants was going to look at home when we got back. And we was also concerned about how the plants that we transported were going to look.
Right.
All in all, thanks to my neighbor, Mary Lou, I appreciate you.
Woo!
And Ron. They do a fantastic job.
They do a great job.
Taking care of my plants. We only lost 2, not her fault. They were struggling a little bit before we left.
I mean, for how many plants she has, they do a fantastic job.
It's a lot of work for them, and once again, kudos to Ron and Mary Lou.
I mean, it's a lot of work for her. So
for sure, yeah. So, we only lost 2 plants. Ironically, one thing I wanted to mention is B and I was talking about, I have like 5 different, well, now more, but I originally, when I left, we had like 5 different African violets in here. One of them died. So it was a really good learning tool, because it was like, well, that one was in its own specific spot and all the other ones did really well. So that told us, that African violet didn't really like the spot that it was in anyway.
Right.
So I'm in the process of trying to nurse it back to health, and if we can, fantastic. If not, it's no big deal. It's an African violet. It wasn't a $300 plant. Start over and try again.
Right.
And so the video that we're getting ready to show you is some of the footage of us traveling.
Yes.
And of course traveling with plants. So we're going to show you what we did when we come back. After you see the clips, we'll come back and we'll explain to you some of the things that turned out to be great ideas for the plants, and some of the things that maybe we could have done different.
Right.
So we'll see here in just a little bit.
Okay. So I'll cut. Here.
Huh?
Put them in there. all the cuttings. This plant in here did not survive.
Which one?
Okay, you ready?
Mhm.
All right, get on it.
Okay, so we definitely didn't buy all the houseplants in Florida that we would have liked to because we knew we were coming home in a little compact Jeep. And so some of the plants actually I left in Florida with a friend because they were babies. And as you guys know, babies are a lot harder to take care of. So she's going to...
Some of them were really big.
Yeah. Some of them were babies that I felt should not transport yet. And so she's going to take care of them and make them more grown before we bring them home. And then some of the other ones were way too big to try to squeeze into the vehicle with all of our crap and ourselves.
Yeah.
So this isn't all the plants that we got in Florida. This is just some of them. And a couple of the plant places that we went aren't labeling the plants. And I am not a plant genius. I'm a plant lover. And so forgive me, I don't know for sure all the names of these plants. And I might say a few of them wrong. And I apologize. If you know that I'm wrong or you know the name of it, put it in the comments and I will adjust accordingly. Okay, so thank you for in advance for any of that. So anyway, I've realized here lately that I have an obsession with African violets. Who knew? Never seen this coming. Peperomia is one of my other favorites, but I realized when I was in Florida, I'm crazy about African violets. So, where do you want to start? We'll just start with that one.
Okay, this is one African violet. It is called...
Might not say.
Yeah, it don't say.
Quite a few of
It
them.
don't say, but this is one African violet that she got when we were in Florida. As you can tell, it's not doing completely the greatest. That's one thing that we realized African violets were not greatest at traveling.
They don't like to go bye-bye.
We completely... Well, we'll tell that later now.
Oh, I gotcha. So, I've heard people talk about variegated African violets, but here in Kokomo, Indiana, where there's very little house plant options, I had never seen one. And I was very stoked when I found this one here. It's called Cajun's Roses. Anyone? And it is stunning.
You want me to do it?
Wait, oh, wrong way. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Now, of course, I don't know what kind of, what color the flowers are going to be when it comes out or anything. Which, actually, I was more concerned about, of course, the variegated one because I spent more money on it. But it actually traveled, I think, better than some of the others. Don't you think?
So did, yeah. Look at that.
It's so pretty.
Look at the variegation on that. It's so cool. Oh, I'm always going the wrong way. The opposite way. Okay.
And then you go do, since you're up there, you can do that one.
Okay, this is another variegated one.
I love it. Look at all the white on those leaves, y'all.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
So I'm kind of babying that one a whole bunch because I'm really excited about it. And then we got this one here. Yeah. And it is really, I thought it was really pretty because Sydney's going to show you the underneath of the leaves. They're like a plum color and they're so pretty. And that one, I don't know what the name of it is either. But I thought it was really, really pretty. So
it was beautiful.
That was our African violets. I was actually going to bring in here and show you the African violet that we melted. But
we're going to talk about that.
But we'll show you that later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, at the end of the video, we're going to give you some like tips about traveling with plants, and we're going to talk about the plants that we lost and the plants that did not do so good on the trip, and maybe like reasons that we might think why they didn't do the best. So
and which ones did fabulous.
Yeah.
You know, so
we'll talk about that later.
If you are a friend of mine on Facebook and you follow our Facebook videos, you seen B lift this cutting from
You want me to do it?
a nice little, yeah, please, a nice little place that we found to hang out while we're in Florida. And they gave her permission to go over there and take a cutting. And it's just a caladium, but it was a fun time. And it's not doing very well right now.
No,
and I don't
it's
even
not.
know if caladiums grow from cuttings. So once again, if
It's a test.
yeah, if you know the answer to that, you can let us know. We were shocked, and you probably seen this one in the video. This is, I believe it's a thin leaf Monstera adansonii, and I've already given B a cutting of it,
Of course.
and it's doing great. It's loving
Look at
life.
it. Yeah, it's loving it.
And how much do we pay for that?
$12.
$12, you guys.
And she cut it back, and look how big it is.
Yeah, it was pretty. It had one part hanging off all the way down here. I was like, well,
Yeah.
that's for you, B. And ironically, we have found there was a mystery plant. You want to show that?
Oh,
There
yeah.
was a mystery
Forgot about
plant in here, and it looks like it didn't do as good as the adansonii did, but I'm kind of interested to see what that is and what it does. Maybe we lucked out and got something rare or something in there.
That'd be cool.
But yeah, I don't know what that is, but
don't know.
it's interesting. It might even be a weed. I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll let you know what we find out. What is this? Okay, Calathea obtusa.
Sabrina.
Oh, Calathea zabrina. Okay, so
I'm getting better.
one of the people that traveled with us, of course, as you guys know, it was around Mother's Day, and he was looking for his mother a gift, and he found this Calathea zabrina, which is really pretty. You can see all that.
Yeah, those-
It is a I've noticed it's a kind of
Keep going.
I've noticed that it's kind of a finicky plant, so it kind of didn't adjust real well, and so I've been kind of keeping it in the infirmary and babying it a lot so he can give it to his mother in fantastic health. And that is Calathea zabrina. Really pretty. I like it a lot. Interesting fact, as I told you, me and B realized that all these plants don't have tags on them. And of course, you know, we're trying to figure out what the crap they are. And so when we got this plant, of course, we didn't want his mom or him to give his mom a plant that we don't know the stinking name of. And so we started doing research, and it kept telling us it was a Calathea zabrina. I did more research on it, and all the writing that I found about Calathea zabrina said that the leaves on the underside are plum color, and these leaves obviously are not plum colored, but it's the only plant that we found that is even close to this. So if anyone knows, like I said, we call this Calathea zabrina because on top, that's what it looks like. On bottom,
No.
no. So help us out on that one if you can. Let us know in the comments. And Tommy loves his mommy, so that's good. Tommy, hey. So what's next? You want to do that one?
Sure. Okay, this does not have a tag either.
That is a type of Tradescantia,
Yes.
wandering Jew. I know
I
that.
think it's the fuzzy kind. I'm not mistaken.
I know that for a fact. This is also a plant that
I love Tradescantias.
it's kind of finicky. I don't think.
AKA Wandering Jews.
I think it's still acclimating to the environment that we're providing for it.
Yes. They love Florida.
Okay, this one is, it was just one of them little, you know, little itty bitty babies. and I thought it was pretty, and it's getting prettier as it grows big. And I'm not, once again, not sure exactly what the name of it is, but I'm assuming it's some kind of nerve plant. But it's so pretty. You guys know I love my colored leaves. So I was really excited to find her, and I got her in a little pot. It says grow. Oh, it's so cute. Okay, let me get the next one.
Okay. You want to do the Micans?
Sure.
Okay, this is called a Micans.
I was so excited to find Micans, y'all. It was on my wish list.
Okay.
Look at that.
And the leaves underneath are this really, really pretty, like, I don't know, like purple burgundy. You can't really see it, but they're a really pretty color. Hold on, let me get down and try to see.
And that thing is growing like crazy.
Okay.
Philodendron micans.
Yeah, you can't really see.
And you know, I gotta tell you, everyone, that it's really frustrating because, you know, we all have wish list plants, and plants should not be an incredible amount of money. And I'm sorry if I'm offending anyone out there, but when you're charging $1,500 for a leaf from something, you know, that might be for somebody, but I'll never pay that kind of money for a plant, you know. The Micans, like I said, has been one of my wish list plants for quite a long time. And I found that Micans in Florida for $8.75. Since coming back, I have looked up how much people are charging for a Micans. I can already take I could start 3 people a new plant off of this for free. So when people are selling a philodendron Micans, and most of them are this size, for $40, $50, we've seen them for $80. I mean, come on, people, that's insane. You know, we're supposed to share the love of plants, not try to get super duper rich off of it. So some people are just doing it for the wrong reasons, and shame on you.
I agree. Shame.
Okay. One of the next plants that we found was a very sickly looking Japanese painted fern, which I seen on one of my plant videos one time, and I just thought it was really pretty because it's got the nice color. I don't know if it's picking up on the screen or not, but it's got a really, looks like an artist come up there and just painted on the leaves and did what he wanted to do, and it's really pretty. But it's kind of sad right now. I don't think it liked the trip, so we're gonna get her back to normal.
Yes, we will.
Okay, where's that? Want to do that one?
Okay. What is this?
It's a peperomia of some sort. I know it's a peperomia. I don't know the name. If you know the name.
It is this beautiful, sparkly silver color.
I love silver.
You can't really.
B, what's mommy's favorite color?
Chrome.
Mommy's favorite color is chrome. So
It's beautiful. I love the sparkles in it.
we
I
love
love it.
silver and blue leaves.
Yes.
We love
do.
colored leaves. We
do.
just love it. This was another one. Oh, I hate it when I go into a plant store and something's like dying. And I'm like, oh, that poor baby. And so I got this for $1 because it was on its deathbed. It's some type of begonia. I don't know what. And I actually think it's a very common begonia, but I'm not sure what one it is. And I'll tell you what, this thing looked like crap when I got it. And I think she just really likes her pretty pink pants. Okay.
I agree.
I think she's a happy camper. She was like, you saved me, you rescued me. Okay.
You're going to do that one?
Huh? What?
You want to do that one?
What?
Okay.
What
What is this called?
A black pagoda lipstick plant.
It is beautiful. It has these unique.
Variegation
Yeah.
is stunning.
I love it.
Yeah, look at this. Look at the Look at
the
them leaves.
Yeah, look at the variegation on those leaves.
So we have
It's
another
wild.
lipstick plant, the curly lipstick plant, Rasta, in our collection.
Beautiful.
And she is absolutely beautiful and very easy to take care of. So when I found a black pagoda lipstick plant, I said, of course I have to have her
Yeah,
too.
this is beautiful. I love it.
So it'll be exciting to see that bloom.
I forgot about this guy.
Oh yeah, oh, we missed an African violet, y'all. So look at this African violet. You guys, it's pink variegation. Look. Look at it. Isn't it pretty?
It is.
So I'm very excited to see that guy, and I've been keeping it in these terrariums that Sydney and I found, which we'll talk more about later. And it doesn't like to be in there all the time because, as you know, you guys, African violets do not like their leaves wet. So don't miss them, or you'll miss them. Okay? So, good one, huh? So, yeah. Isn't she pretty? If you know the name, leave in the comments. I know it's an African violet, but I don't know. She's Mrs. African Violet something. So, pretty.
Okay, and then we got this cutting in Florida.
I know it's some type of philodendron, and it goes back and forth and back and forth.
There's a new baby coming up in there.
Yeah, and that's why that other leaf is dropping.
It's beautiful.
So this leaf here is dying off, but it's pumping out.
This new baby.
Look how it is. Look, it's so pretty. So, yeah, took that out of somebody's yard in Florida with permission, off of their huge monstrosity of this plant. So this thing can be, well, the one I trimmed it off of is what, 2 stories tall?
Big.
So it'll be fun to see that grow. I'll keep it more in check than the people that have that. I don't want my plants to take me over, you know.
Right. Okay.
So
That is it for what we got in Florida.
well,
What
that
we have
that you
here,
get to
yeah.
see.
Yeah, for right now, anyways.
Yeah, and if we go back to Florida, which hopefully we will here soon, we'll go to our friend's house and show you the other ones. Like at first we were going to have them shipped to us and all that, and we're going to go back to Florida soon because we love it there. And
Yes, we did.
and they have great plant selection there too. Get on it, Indiana. Plant collecting is becoming more and more popular, so you guys are missing out if you greenhouses and nurseries are not getting a little more focused in on house plants. It's not just about outdoor plants. A lot of people are really getting more excited about indoor plant collecting. So you should make sure that you stock up on those items and let us know, and we'll come and buy them.
Yeah.
So now you've seen our plants that we got in Florida. And so now we're going to talk about how many we lost.
And we're going to talk about tips for traveling, things like that.
Things we did.
And then we're going to talk to you about our next video.
Woo! Keep following us, y'all.
Okay.
So how many plants we lost? Well, I do want to start with how many plants I lost at home with Ron and Mary Lou. Only 2. Out of 250 house plants, if I only lose 2 plants when I'm gone for 3 weeks.
Technically, you have more than that here because she had my plants here too.
True.
So
Yes,
technically, she had more than that to take care of.
Mary Lou, you're an amazing woman.
She is.
And we love you. So thank goodness I'm a fortunate enough person to have help when I go on vacation, because it is terrifying to go on vacation when you have this many babies.
Mm-hmm.
So she did a really great job. As for how many we lost in the traveling, what, 2?
Yeah. We
The
lost.
same number.
Yeah, we lost an African violet, which we kind of put in a closed, like.
Like to greenhouse effect.
Yeah,
We tried to make it a
which-
little greenhouse.
It doesn't like that. It doesn't like its leaves wet and
Yeah, well, it's a catch-22 because I think they like being in a greenhouse for a little bit, but until the humidity level gets too high to where now there's so much humidity that moisture's setting on the leaves. So
I think that was our problem, is maybe it got a little too hot and made its greenhouse too moist for it. So
it was
I think
not
that's
happy, and I was not happy, and I was like, I'm sorry, baby. So just as you know, I don't immediately give up on a plant if it looks a little sickly or whatever, or it's got dead leaves. I'll trim them off and put it underneath grow lights and all that, and I try to baby it back to health. And to be honest with you, most of the time it works. So don't be so quick to give up on your plants. If you really liked it, try to, if you have time. Otherwise, throw it out and go buy another one. I mean, it's not the end of the world. So, I just hate anything to die that might have a chance to live.
Right.
Right?
What's the other one we lost?
I don't think we knew the name of it. It was like a succulent. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So, and one of the other plants that we bought was, one of the ones that, we find everywhere in these little itty bitty pots, and it was a succulent type plant. And we don't know why it died. What I can come up with is it don't like car rides.
Yeah. It
So.
just didn't like being transferred, maybe. It just didn't like the aspect of it.
And we can't even really, because it didn't even, we didn't even get a chance to say that it died here. It died on the trip.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Okay, no. That's all we lost, really, with traveling.
Yeah, so it turned out pretty good. So
Now tips.
if that ruffles your feathers or whatever, let's talk about what we did to do so well and only lose 2 plants. I mean, losing 2 plants was also heartbreaking, but all in all, I think that was pretty good odds. So I wanted to show you one of the things that I found, because we were thinking about how we're going to get these plants back home, and I found this box here. Whoops, all right. I found this box. It's nice and big, and it's closable, and all that. I also found bubble wrap. So pretty much, we squeezed as many plants as we could inside here, and then I had lined this with bubble wrap, so the bubble wrap was on the bottom, and we squeezed them in so they didn't fall over in case we took turns too quickly or had to slam on the brakes, God forbid, for any reason. So they were kind of contained in this box and really tightly packed together. And since they were together, they were a little happier. Yes. I will say one thing, if you all don't know, plants do respond better when you got them grouped together.
Yes.
They feed off each other's energy and all that.
Another thing she did is the containers that you use for muffins, kind of like the thick containers. She put all the little baby plants like this all in there together, which worked great for baby plants. And then we put plants in these little guys that she found in Florida, and you paid what?
$5?
Yeah, $4.99 or something for these.
And we seen them, and my first thought was, because of course, like I said, we kept finding all these plants we love, and of course, we're like, how are we going to get it home without it dying? And then we found these terrariums, and I was like, well, those are great. We've been looking for a couple terrariums anyway, and they'd be great to help with the transporting process.
Yes.
And they did.
They worked great.
So we stuffed as many of the plants in here as we could, and they were nice and compacted and in their own little greenhouse, and they loved that. And it was multi-purpose because
we're going to be doing a terrarium plant video. So we are going, our next video, we are going to go shopping for terrarium plants and show you what we're buying, and then we're going to do a video of us putting our terrarium together in these.
Yeah, we're going to get pretty rocks, and maybe we can find little fairies that we can put in there, or bridges, or and that's going to be fun. And
it'll be very educational, so
for sure. And then we'll also be able to help you guys along, maybe in your future terrarium building.
Yeah,
you can learn from our mistakes. We'll be like, this plant did good, this one did like crap,
and we're gonna do some research, figure out what plants do good in terrarium, stuff like that. So
yeah, so $5 for these little things.
Yeah.
I am on the lookout for one of them big, huge
ones, yeah.
Ones, but
that aren't $100.
300.
Yeah.
Well, one of the ones we've seen was 300, but it was absolutely gorgeous. But once again, you know, y'all, I squeak when I walk, so I'm not gonna pay $300 for a glass ball, and just for plants.
Right.
So this is a good little starter terrarium for V and I to get started on.
And it's a good video.
Yeah.
So then maybe next time if we do end up finding a bigger terrarium, we can take a video of us making that terrarium together.
And that's kind of why we wanted to start small. I'm not one of those people, like, if I want to do something, I kind of start small, because the worst thing to me would be, you know, I went out and I got a $300 terrarium, and then I went out and spent, you know, however much money you would spend on all the pretty things that you put in there in it, and then you're spending hundreds of dollars on the plants you're putting in it, and then it dies because you didn't know what the crap you were doing. So I recommend starting small, and then we'll use what we learned from these little small ones to make bigger ones.
Yeah.
So as you know, people are constantly getting rid of fish tanks and stuff like that, and it really is a very good place for your plants to be, especially like in the winter time when you can't keep your humidity level high enough for your plants and they're drying up. They would love it if you stuck them inside a fish tank with no water and fish in it, of course.
Right.
You know, so.
Just like an closed-in little container.
Yeah, they like that. They like that. It makes them their own little tropical paradise.
Yeah. Or what we did for me when I went to Florida is put all my plants in a little clear tote so the sun could get through to them, and put wrap over it, so it was like its own little greenhouse, and they loved it. A lot of my plants were huge when we got back.
But the African violet,
yeah, the African violet
it got too wet.
Yeah, it got way too wet.
It got too humid in there, and that's the thing with humidity. You got to be careful. I mean, I keep my humidity level. I try to keep it at 60 or above, but you also don't want to go way too much above, because some of the plants, that's way too much moisture in the air for them. So I've found that about an average of 60% is where my plants seem to do best.
Right.
So, and that's just my home, and you could have different experience in yours, but that's what's working for us.
Right.
You know, like right now it says 50. Right now our humidity level in this room is 56. I turned the humidifiers off last night because we had some rain and opened up, so you know it got some of its own, so why run a humidifier? You know, I let nature do it. So yeah, we had a good time in Florida. We got some beautiful plants, like I said, not as many as we would have liked to, but we're looking forward to going back and getting more, and we keep learning more new and improved ways of traveling with them, so now I'll be more comfortable bringing a few more next time, instead of, I don't know, I don't want to kill it.
Right.
All right. So, once again, I stated before that our plants are starting to get to the point to where we're going to be able to start repotting them and putting them in ice pots and offering them to you guys for gifts or for yourself or whatever. On that note, as stated before, when we get to 1,000 subscribers, one of the plants that we pot up, probably the most beautiful one that we did at that time, is going to be the plant that we'll give away to one of those 1,000 members. We haven't decided if we'll do a contest or just put, you know, do a random drawing or.
Right. We haven't really decided on that yet.
So we're looking forward to that.
Yes.
Of course. So keep following us and keep subscribing and.
On Facebook and YouTube. I would
give us the thumbs up.
I would really rather you go to YouTube and subscribe on there, because I mean that's kind of what we're really going by is our subscribers on YouTube. So if you would like a free plant, eventually it would be better to subscribe.
That's a good point.
On
That's
YouTube.
a good point, V.
So
because I mean we are getting a lot of people following us on Facebook, and that's great, and we love it, and we appreciate any support we're getting. But for us to get to the point to where we can provide better content and more regular content to you guys and all that stuff, it's more beneficial for us if you like us on YouTube.
right.
and we can maybe start getting sponsorships, maybe possibly if you keep following us, and we would love that because we would share all that with you guys.
Yes, of course.
So help us out, and then we can help you out.
Right.
And we can share the love of plants even more than we're trying to now.
We have a lot of exciting things planned for the future once we start getting out there more and we're getting more help from you guys. So we're excited for that.
And like we said before, you know, if you have any suggestions, or you know, you're messing with your plants one day and you're like, what is going on here? You know, send us. We might be having the same problem, or somebody else might be having the same problem. Send us a comment. We'll actually sit and do research for you. I'll spend, you know, quite a while. I'm pretty thorough with my research. And we'll do some research for you, and maybe we can get down to the problem of why your plant is struggling so much, you know. So, and it might be, you know, it could be that you're not fertilizing it enough. It could be that, you know, you're fertilizing it too much. You guys know how it is.
At all.
Well, that's the problem with plants, you know. Underwatering looks like overwatering. So which one did you do? You know, so once, you know, moisture meters are a godsend. When I first got started, and I got her first started, moisture meters will help you get to know your plants a lot better, because you'll stick your finger in there, you'll think it's dry, and you are totally unaware that right underneath, as far as your fingers reaching, that root ball is soaking wet. And now you're pouring more water on a soaking wet root ball, and that's how root rot happens. And we don't like root rot, and your plants don't like sitting in wet pants.
No, they don't at all.
So make sure you stay up on that. And once again, make sure you keep following us and subscribing and liking us and making comments. And we love it and we appreciate it. And we have got feedback. As a matter of fact, I ran into some friends last night, and they was like, I love you and Bee's show, you know. And we were like, I was like, really? You know, like, okay, good. We are doing a good thing, maybe, and maybe people are really digging it. And we hope more people are digging it, and you'll keep letting us know, because that makes us more passionate about what we're doing.
Yes.
We don't want to do this just for ourselves. We do it because we want to share the love. So share it back with us, you guys. If we don't know you're watching, it makes what we're doing pretty boring sometimes, even though we love plants.
Like, we would love for you guys to interact with us, like comment all the time, ask us questions. We would love to like make that a part of every video, to answer some questions.
Sure.
Like, and we like, you know, just say, well, so and so asked us this. We noticed your comment, so we're gonna answer it. We would love to be able to do that.
And as we told you before, you know, we're still learning too.
Yes.
So, you know, we can all learn together, and maybe we can help you take off some of the legwork of research and stuff like that, because, you know, maybe, you know, you have to work all the time, or you're busy with your kids, or, you know, whatever. And I might have more time to do the research part of it for you and help you come to an answer as to why your plant isn't loving life as much as you'd love it to.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So, on that note, keep checking us out, and we'll keep doing this, and stay green
And stay groovy.